Welcome to Pat's Cast, the unofficial Regina Pats podcast. This is our episode for October 2nd, 2022.
It's Michaels. Cycles it below the goal line. Vaughn throws it in front. Kick save, they score! Jackson Vaughn with his first in the Western Hockey League. On the power play, Bedard. Across to the left circle. Stolzel back across. Scores! Alexander Suzulev with his first in the Western Hockey League. Grab that puck.
Back to the line for Howe. Suzulev across to Bedard. One-timer scores! Connor Bedard ends this hockey game here in Edmonton. Bedard gets his fifth career overtime winner.
What a shot.
All right, Kevin. Well, that was another horror show in Calgary, wasn't it?
Yeah, I agree. That was not... Well, it kind of was expected, but yeah, it's just there's just something about the Sunday afternoon after a game in Red Deer games. Doesn't work very well for the Pats.
No, it doesn't at all. And I mean, that's a tough way to start a show. Just coming off watching that game, listening to that game. Oh, it's just a downer, right?
Oh,
you're sitting on the bus 8 hours home thinking about that game. Tough.
After the play they did in Red Deer. Yeah, I don't know. Just something's there.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's start in Edmonton where they started this road trip. Not the best game either, but
well, they started pretty strong, but
yeah, they kind of let off the gas.
Let off the gas, and Edmonton worked hard, and they kept on coming. They didn't let up.
No, they don't have much skill. I don't want to take away from their team, but they had some solid goaltending though.
Yeah, for sure.
And Regina lucky to get a win out of that.
Yeah, Bedard got his fifth career overtime goal.
A new record, according to Kevin Shaw.
Which ties Mike Sillinger for the Pats record. So congratulations to Connor. And we needed that win for the next two, but yeah.
Yeah, we were hoping for 2 wins.
Yeah.
But yeah, Edmonton, John was not happy with that game. The second half, anyways.
It didn't sound very happy.
No. And I think, going into Red Deer, they looked much better. They played much better against a much better team.
Oh, for sure. A much better and a much bigger team. Like they have some big dudes in Red Deer.
Yeah. And it was a chippy game.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They had the light little Pat guys were not afraid to push back. I liked it.
No, that's for sure. And Red Deer's played that game for quite a few years now.
Yeah, and now that they got Connor Walchuk in there, that's his style. Crash and bang and beat ya.
Yeah, well, we saw that with Seattle, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And yet, really, unfortunately, that game just comes down to one play not made. Just a keeper rebound where he probably should have caught it, cost him the game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I don't know if he just couldn't catch it or if it just deflected. You couldn't really tell from the WHL live, but it's too bad.
Yeah,
he played a pretty good game too.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to bring up. I thought keeper played a pretty solid game. I didn't catch the whole game, but from what I saw, he looked good for his first game of the season.
Yeah, he did. He played pretty well.
So, I mean, it would have been nice, go to overtime, and then whatever happens, because that's always a crapshoot. But it would have been nice to get at least 1 point out of that game.
Yeah, especially after they shot them 35-23. That's one thing I did not expect. And I don't know, I don't know how to really describe it, but they played with the big boys.
Yeah.
They showed they can play with the big boys, but
I think
just didn't quite have enough.
No, I think maybe all the penalties maybe took away from some flow of the game.
Yeah, for sure. And also losing Dubinsky early.
Yeah, that
in
too.
The first period, and then losing Linklater sometime during the first period. Don't know when exactly, but I noticed he wasn't out there, and then John after the game said that they lost him early. That hurts. That's 2 forwards down.
Yeah, so you're playing with
Uh,
10 for most of the game. That doesn't help the line situation. Your way you're rolling the lines and such. So,
yeah, for sure.
but yeah, it was definitely some interesting penalties, some interesting non-calls. It was quite an odd game. And even with all the penalties, there wasn't a ton of face-offs in that game. It actually was a pretty decent, like a fast-paced game.
Yeah, just the 2 hours and 18 minutes according to the WHL website, which is that's quick for a WHL game.
Yeah, right.
And like you
So,
said, there wasn't very many face-offs. Like I don't know what were the face-offs, 26-21 for Red Deer. It's 57 face-offs or 47 face-offs.
yeah,
And most games are usually in the 60s or 70s.
yeah. Compared to today's
Or
game against Calgary,
yeah,
it was over 60.
yeah.
So, but
And the game in Edmonton was 77. So
there you go. Yeah, but I thought it was an entertaining game, right? There was some good skill. There was, like you said, there was feisty and chippy, and it was a hard fought game.
oh yeah, like I said, the Pats showed that they can play with the big boys. It's
Exactly,
just
right?
they're not quite there.
No, but
And like I said, with losing Dubinsky and Linklater, that really screwed everything up. You lose your second line centerman that's been playing really well this year, an overage guy that's been around forever. That hurts.
definitely. And Linklater just drew into the lineup for the first game and already back out.
Yeah, I don't even think he got through a first period.
That's
One period on the
unfortunate.
season so far.
Yeah,
And with Rowan not playing, that really hampers their forward lines.
yeah. He
Three guys
left.
up.
I don't know if he left the Edmonton game or after the game. Not too sure on what the situation is there.
Yeah, hasn't played the last two.
Yeah, so they're really short on forwards now.
I would be surprised if we see a couple 15s playing this week. They'll need the bodies unless John pulls a rabbit out of his hat or up whatever and pulls out a trade and picks up some forwards or something. But
Yeah, there's been quite a bit of movement lately. Nothing happening with the Pats, so we're just
yeah,
waiting for a
everybody
trade.
everybody in the conference seems to be doing something, except for the Pats. But
Yeah.
could be biding their time.
Yeah,
I hope they're biding their time.
hope to see something. We always like to see an injection of something, right?
Yeah, for sure. I like some trades here and there. Well, they still have 3 goalies, so they're gonna have to figure out what to do with that.
Right.
We'll,
Yeah.
we'll get to that after the Calgary discussion.
Yeah. So, a tough, hard-fought game, and then quick turnaround at Calgary. And we talked about it last week, like another early game against Calgary. And I didn't look at the Calgary schedule, realize they hadn't played since last weekend. So as soon as I
And
heard that, I was like, oh, this is going to be rough.
it showed.
And it showed, right? So you're coming in 2 forwards short, beaten up.
Dressing 10 forwards and 8 defensemen.
Yeah.
2 of them making their season debuts.
Yeah.
One making their WHL debut too.
WHL debut. And first shift, 14 seconds in. It's already in the back of your net.
Ouch.
Yeah, just mental mistakes and
Turnover, mental mistakes, 3-on-1, first shift.
yeah.
Not
And
good.
The shot is blocked and then it just lands right on his stick. So tough start. And then you're thinking, okay, whatever. It's 1 goal. But then a
That's
minute
rebound. We'll rebound.
Yeah. Then a minute 32 later, it's in the back of the net again.
Another ouch.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, yeah. I mean, nice to see the push back in the second period.
yeah, but that was a little late. They were down 4-0
I know.
after the first. Like,
I know.
oh, ouch. They allowed
So-
22 shots in the first period.
Yeah.
Like, holy smokes. Like Dante would say, holy smokes.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't fault them for that. Yeah, I mean, not fault them, but at least they showed some pushback in the second. Yeah, it was maybe a little late, but you make it 5-3 going into the third, and you're just like, okay, well, there's maybe a chance. They got some.
We have a chance. We have a
Yeah,
chance.
it might be small, but at least there's some life there, right? But then same thing as the first period. 20 seconds in, it's in the back of the net,
Uh, I don't even know
and
what to say.
then that's the end of it, right?
Oh yeah, you could tell they were done. The wind was totally out of their sails.
Yeah. So
And then they made it. They scored another one. Like what, 3.5 minutes later? Not even 3.5 minutes later,
yeah,
with Hulk getting the hat trick.
yeah, two, three and a
Yeah,
half minutes in.
yeah. It's ouch.
Yeah, rough
It
one.
was a hard one to watch.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I listened, and I was like, oh, it's Sunday afternoon, and I got other stuff to do. So I was listening to it, and I was like, well, I'll watch it maybe tonight, and we'll do a show later. But no, I'm not even gonna watch that. I watched the highlights. That's all I need to see.
I'm not gonna be one of these ones that's blaming the officiating. But it was weird how the Pats took the first 6 minor penalties in the game, and
Okay.
that saps momentum.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But like, I'm not blaming them. They didn't play very well, but six penalties, six power plays to start the game.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's not good. They kind of made up for it later on. There was quite a few penalties throughout, but
Yeah, they didn't pick up a power play till into the second half of the game.
yeah, over halfway through it was a too many
Yeah.
men penalty.
Yeah. But again, this game sounded pretty chippy.
Yeah, there was lots of pushing and shoving after whistles and during play and stuff. It was almost like old time hockey without the fighting.
But I think, yeah, that's just a combination of things again. Um, and you come off a road trip, 2 points, 1 win. Not the best outcome. Only one really good looking game, even though that was the loss in Red Deer.
Yeah, yeah, it was nice. I am glad we got the 2 points coming out of Edmonton. At least that we needed those.
Yeah, you come out of this road trip without that Edmonton win. That's rough.
Oh, that'd be bad. Yeah. Oh, especially going into Brandon and then having Winnipeg come on Friday. Ooh.
Yeah, that's going to be two tough games coming up here.
Because Brandon's only played
Two
twice, I think,
games.
this year.
Yep.
So it'll be the Pats' sixth game already.
Yeah.
That's kind of harsh.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Also, with playing that many games, Pats have taken the most penalties in the league.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, the penalty kill percentage isn't bad at 80, but they've been shorthanded 30 times in 5 games.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And they've allowed a power play goal in every game or more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Gotta work
Penalties
on a
have
few
been a problem for this team for a long time.
forever. Even before John Paddock in the
Yeah.
Parker era, it's been a long time. It's just the Pats were notorious for taking penalties all the way through. It's it's nothing new.
No, not at all. So, the goaltending situation. We got 3 goalies. They're playing here and there. Like, keeper played a solid game, like I said, in Red Deer. And then, I mean, you're going to go to somebody else in that quick turnaround.
Yeah.
But what do you think happens coming up here, say in Brandon?
Oh man, if Sim's healthy, I think he gets the nod. I hope he gets the nod.
Yeah, he's looked the most consistent.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. He's he's got 2 wins. He had 6 all of last season. He's got 2 wins already this year.
Yeah.
And McInnes, I don't know. He's looked okay at times, but I don't know. Overage with a 6.0 weight goals against average and an 818 save percentage.
Not pretty.
That's not pretty at all, especially for an overager that needs to help lead the team.
Yeah, he's
But
got to be that backbone that they didn't have last year.
yeah,
So we'll see. I mean, Friday, Saturday, you'll probably see 2 goalies there, 2 different goalies.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
So, well,
Like
see
I
what
said, if Sim's healthy, hopefully he gets a couple of these starts because he seems to be the one that's got the most to lose. So maybe that's why he's playing so much better this year, or he's finally had a chance to live up to his potential. Because last year was not a good year for him.
nope.
This year, the scrimmages and preseason and into the regular season, he's played really well. Can't I can't knock him at all.
Nope. And like you said, maybe it is that, he's got that in the back of mind. I'm kind of maybe the odd man out with his age.
Yeah,
And you kind of think McInnes and Keeper, or you think age wise, those are the guys you want to keep. And
yeah,
Sim being 19, 20 next year, he's going to be the odd man out. But
that's
so maybe that lit a fire under him.
yeah. And like the whole COVID season and stuff like that's really screwed a lot of guys up. And maybe he's delayed a little bit, like a
Yeah,
partial year behind. Although everybody's behind, so maybe he's one of the ones that needed to get some playing time or whatever, and actually have a chance. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting time with these three goalies to see how it goes the next little bit because you can't have three goalies for that long because it's not going to work.
no,
Especially when you have a 20 and a 19 and 18, you gotta figure something out.
because all three of those guys got to play. You know, they're not. None of those guys are looking to back up per se.
Exactly. Yeah.
All three of them want to take the starters' reins. I mean, out of those three, whatever two you do keep, it's going to be closer to a 50-50 split, you think, as
Yeah.
long
Like
as
like
both of
a
them are
one
playing
A.
solid.
Yeah, like a 1A 1B kind of thing.
Yeah, there isn't
Two
a.
guys two guys with WHL experience, no matter what. Like
Yeah. Yeah,
it'll
there's
be
no backup out of those three.
yeah.
So, yeah, no, it'll be interesting.
It's good. They're gonna have to figure it out soon because it won't last. You can't have three goalies. You can't have three goalies going very long because you can't get any sustained momentum for any of the goalies,
Exactly. Like you look at
especially with
Keeper, he hasn't played until, you know, now. He hasn't even dressed till that Red Deer game,
yeah, yeah,
but yeah, some tough decisions coming up. With these injuries too, does that expedite a move with the goalies? Who knows?
yeah. Well, if Dubinsky's out long term and Linklater goes back on long term, short, even shortish term, they're gonna have to bring in some forwards or they'll play out their 15-year-old guys
Yeah.
because they've Ullman and Temple have both played one game already. So unless they move McNutt back to forward for a while, have him grinded out on the fourth line or whatever.
I mean, that's not ideal, but they do have
No,
that
definitely
depth at
not.
defense.
Yeah, yeah,
So speaking of depth at defense, Svozil back. He looked pretty good. All right, setting up a nice one-timer on Suzdalev's first goal.
yeah, for sure.
I think he's going to be a welcome addition here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Once he actually gets practicing, he hasn't even practiced. He just showed up and he's played two games.
Yeah, right. He didn't even see any of camp.
Not at all. No.
So, but I
He's
mean,
taken 10 shots in two games, so he's not afraid to shoot the puck. So I don't
no,
know if
that's good.
Columbus has kind of said, "Hey, shoot the puck."
Oh, and John Paddock says he's this year's Riker Evans.
Yeah.
He's gonna be that PP1 guy, all the top minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. He's played two games. He has 10 shots. Feist and Berg have 13 shots combined, and they played all five.
There you go. So, what do you think of that power play with 5 forwards on it in Edmonton?
I was confused, but they passed it way too much. They worked it around a lot. They pass, 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 pass. Didn't get a good shot. Pass, 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 pass. Controlled it great, but they couldn't get any
Yeah.
good quality shots. They gotta just shoot the puck.
Yeah, there's skill there. They got to
Oh
be
yeah,
a little more selfish.
yeah, a little bit more selfish. I don't know. They're trying to work up the one timer again. I guess looks like they're trying to, anyways. But just shoot the puck. If you have a lane, shoot the puck. You got the man advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's going to be around, try to get a rebound, stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
You look at Jackson Vaughn's first goal today. That was a
Yeah,
great
he's a.
that was a great play. Comes out from
Oh yeah,
behind the net, puts it on net, grabs his own rebound. There was 3 hitmen right there.
yeah.
So good for him. Another first
How?
goal there.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to be a good power forward.
Oh, definitely. The power's already there, right?
Oh yeah, both of the Vaughns just crashing and banging.
Yeah.
I like the Bash Brothers. Legit Bash Brothers.
Yeah.
Speaking of shots, I was just looking at the stats here. Connor Bedard has 32 shots in the 5 games so far. Next most is Borja Vallis, who has 19 in the 5. And then after that is Gabe Klassen, who has 18 in 3 games.
Okay, so all total WHL.
All the WHL, yeah. 32 shots in 5 games.
Well,
And he only had,
speaking,
I think, he only had 3 shots today, I think.
yeah, you said he didn't have many.
He had 3 today and I think 4 on Friday. Something like that. 3 on Friday. So he's had a lot of shots in very, well, 3 games. He's had
Most of them.
26 shots or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of shots.
Speaking of Klassen, he's leading the WHL with 7 goals already.
Yeah, in just 3 games.
That's impressive.
Oh yeah. Kind of, I don't know, is it kind of out of nowhere? I guess he had 33 goals last year. So
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I was gonna say he was decent last year, wasn't he? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, 64 points overall, 68 games.
yeah. But 7 goals in 3 games, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no assists, 7-0.
Yeah, he's going for the Cy Young.
Yeah. Back to our baseball references.
Yep. And there's no spring training. Another note with the Pats, Borja Vallis has 8 penalty minutes in 5 games this year. He had 8 penalty minutes all last season. So he's already duplicated his penalty minute totals from last year.
Yeah, well, a lot more ice time.
52 less games.
A lot more ice time this year already. So
Yeah.
even Bedard, he's taken some penalties already. 8 minutes.
Yeah.
See some retaliation, some frustration penalties already.
Oh yeah. Getting the chippiness in there. Borja Vallis and Bedard both have 8.
Yeah,
McNutt leads the team with 15, so
that's not surprising.
no.
Couple other things to note from that road trip. Dante had a couple new guys on color. Nathan Slamey in Edmonton and Spencer Welke in Calgary.
It was nice to hear a couple of the recently departed Pats, the alumni. It's really good. I think they both did pretty well. Special
Yeah.
shout out to Spencer Welke, who sounded like he was a professional.
I thought he sounded very good. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he was solid.
If I didn't know it was Welke, I would have been wondering who it was because I thought he did a really, really good job. So
Yeah. And guys that weren't Pats for very long either.
yeah,
That were just kind of, I mean, Slamey spent half a season here last year, and
Yeah.
Welke's been in and out parts of 3 seasons.
yeah, for sure. I thought it was well done. I'm glad Dante was able to get those guys, or they were willing to come on the air.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good to hear him.
Yeah, like you said, Welke, I think he has a future in this.
If he's into that, yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
Definitely. One other thing I noticed, Svozil wearing an A, covering for Dubinsky.
Yeah, well, he's a 19-year-old, so they gotta use the older guys as leaders, and hopefully that'll help him with his overall game, give him a little more responsibility. So hopefully, anyway.
He's got some experience going to an NHL camp and stuff, so
Yeah, he's playing for bigger things, so hopefully that'll help him. Give him, like I said, give him a little bit of a boost.
yeah, definitely. All right, with that, I think that's all we got out of this weekend.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, so hopefully, I guess we should do a little prediction upcoming.
Do we have to?
We don't have to.
Well, okay. Well, we will. Let's you go first.
All right. Well, 3 games. You got to stay above 500. You're looking for 2 wins.
Oh man, I
Is
hope to
is
win.
it reasonable?
Winnipeg is, yeah, we haven't beat Winnipeg since they moved to Winnipeg.
Yep, that's
So that might be a tough one. But Swift Current, they've had a rough start
yeah, they're struggling.
in Brandon. They've only played a couple games, so hopefully we catch them. Yeah, catch them napping or something. But
Yeah.
I'd like to see 2 wins, but they need at least one. They need at least
Yeah,
one, but 2 would be great. They need one for sure. But to get to 500, they hoping for 2.
definitely. Yeah, Swift Current, they are struggling. They should be better than what they are, but it is early.
Oh
And
yeah,
who
for
who
sure.
knows with the forward situation, the health situation going into Brandon,
Exactly.
that could be a major factor.
For sure.
So
Another year of injuries.
yeah, already out of the gate, it's a tough look.
Yep.
But well, with that, we'll wrap it up, and we'll see you at the rink this weekend.
Have a good one, everybody.